Yes, brothers and sisters, we are finally back. We finally made it to this here reaction, brothers and sisters. The only reaction I'll be dropping today, brothers and sisters. Friday edition, brothers and sisters. Of course, today is Friday. Hopefully, you guys get to go out and free up a little bit. Enjoy life to the maximum. Don't just stay on your computers. This is why I ended up doing one of the things that I want to do, brothers and sisters, is to try to do one video on Friday, brothers and sisters. I could have done another one, but I decided to only do one video today, brothers and sisters. So, welcome to this here Brbptv. Be real, be positive. Hand clap to each and every single one of you guys. And of course, don't forget to do what, brothers and sisters. Click the like button, brothers and sisters. Click the thumbs up button, of course, helping to push these videos further. And to help this here channel grow, brothers and sisters, subscribe. Click subscribe, click the bell, and click also be notified when I drop my videos right there and then. Of course, big up on yourself for definitely tuning into these vibrations. And of course, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations today, brothers and sisters. Of course, I have to definitely put this out there. There's something rather interesting taking place in the place, brothers and sisters. Of course, this is in Antigua right there, and Antigua was pretty much flooding the other day, brothers and sisters. Yes, we know Antigua doesn't get much rivers, but apparently Antigua has turned into a gigantic river. Yes, brothers and sisters, it's rather interesting what is taking place right now. I was also told that Totola as well was also flooding. I also was told Puerto Rico as well was flooding. It's interesting, a number of countries were flooding, and you think this is happening everywhere, to the point where Antigua actually got a waterfall. Well, Antigua a waterfall. Look at this. Some sort of waterfall, according to this individual right there. Waterfall. $5 for going. No, guys, in the previous video, I don't know what this guy was doing.
Yeah, we going through this. Should I open the door?
He literally opened the door, man. Why are you opening the door so that water can come into the vehicle? I'm sure he sounds like an American, so most likely he's not from Antigua, but then he's most likely renting a vehicle, and he's opening the door so that water can come in, man. I don't understand what is going on with these young folks in this day and age. I don't know if he's young brothers and sisters, but this is something, you know, people who are not, you know, upstairs would do, or just people who being troublesome and inquisitive. He's in the vehicle driving, and he wants to open the door. So the guys tell him to close the effing door. But of course, Antigua got some waters and stuff, brothers and sisters. So, you know, I think that can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. I know a number of persons probably checking, boy, my house underwater, or my floor in my house underwater, or something of that sort. But I think a number of persons were quite happy for this, not on the flooding part, but on the waters part right there. Other countries, however, are facing something rather different. Places like Grenada right now is struggling to get water. I literally heard that today, brothers and sisters. Since March, around March, individuals have been asking the companies out there, the water companies, to bring waters to them because water isn't what it used to be in Grenada. Of course, I know water in Grenada is very spicy. I figured that's why they call it the spicy island, because the water itself is spicy, literally spicy. I think that's one of the things that Dominica definitely has an elevating stand on ahead of Grenada, which is rather interesting. Grenada needs water. Dominica has water, and it's not supplying to Grenada. Brothers and sisters, right now Grenada is struggling with water, brothers and sisters. They're struggling to get water. Even bottled water is running out. Yes, brothers, bottled water is running out. And sometimes the water that they put in the tank is not even strong enough to reach certain areas in Grenada. People have to be paying companies to bring water to put in the tanks. That's to tell you how it is in Grenada, where Antigua and other places are flooding out of water, which normally don't get water like that. But Grenada is really wanting water right now. I'm not sure if it's something to do with the sun. There's some sort of thing they call about the solar. There's some solar storm happening on the sun, and as a result of some strange phenomenon that is actually happening, brothers and sisters. You can do research on that for yourself. But places like Antigua, Puerto Rico, Totola, who had heavy rainfall of sorts, and Grenada, who wouldn't mind having some rainfall for sure right now, is on the complete contrary to what is taking place in Antigua, brothers and sisters. So, you know, I think Dominica should have capitalized on that. Say, hey, you guys need water, let us send water down there and make some profits in that regard. But it's I really don't know how we're thinking in this nation like Caribbean, brothers and sisters. But it is what it is right there. Move along, brothers and sisters. I saw something that I have to point out, and I'll remain on this thing. Right, interesting for this regard. Hopefully I don't get to stay too long, but brothers and sisters, it's very clear that you can read. Now, I cannot mention the name because of YouTube. You know, YouTube, they probably can't scan what they're viewing right now, but I won't say it out loud, brothers and sisters. But they are saying that they are sorry for illegally promoting unlicensed vax and no safety data, brothers and sisters. There's literally, remember, they tried to release the documents, and they said it would have taken about 21 years to release them, and the court said no, not so, not at all. You're releasing the documents now, and they were releasing thousands of pages, thousands upon thousands of pages, and individuals were going through that and realized that the research that were done definitely would render this thing dangerous to human beings. I remember when I was talking about these things to people who were fighting me. There were doctors and lawyers, not lawyers, but doctors were fighting me, saying, what I know, I'm not a doctor, they are the doctors, they should know better. But they apparently did know better, brothers and sisters. They did know better. To the point where people have stuff inside their bodies. By the way, brothers and sisters, we found a remedy to take it out of your body, okay? If you want to get it, especially folks in the United States, if you want to get it, let me know and I will send you the link in the description below. Okay, if you want me to send it for you guys, let me know and I will send the link for you to get the stuff that will remove the stuff inside your body for you. This thing is linked to a number of things. My God in heaven, people, boy, this thing is linked to a number of things, brothers and sisters, that can cause you chaos today or in the near future or in the distant near future. The research has been done that indicated about 10 years you will start to really feel. People are feeling things that are happening to themselves that have never happened to themselves, and they are wondering what is going on, and they would not think and say, boy, I took this way. Maybe it's that causing that. No, they took it about 2-3 years ago thinking they're fine and dandy, and maybe checking, boy, you know, something is going wrong with you and you don't understand. Boy, all you humans, something else, we boy. Humans do something else, Gasa. Hopefully they don't take down my video because they flagged my video, but it's only one video I do it on that. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, guys. You need to get this thing out of your system. They are now apologizing on the basis of these things or not doing the thing properly. That's what they're apologizing for. You know what else is interesting? This, brothers and sisters. Now this was the Phi 1. You can read it for yourself. The Phi 1. This is the Astra 1, brothers and sisters. This is according to the Jamaican Observer. Of course, this has been circulating, especially individuals who are on Twitter. I always urge individuals to go on Twitter. If you want to find real information out there, brothers and sisters, you can definitely get it on Twitter. Google and a number of the other companies seem to be hindering certain things, so you won't get to see it. Go on Twitter, you'll find it. Of course, the Jamaican Observer has also indicated that as well. The Astra 1 is withdrawing its Rona injection worldwide after the company admitted in court documents that the injection can cause a rare and dangerous side effect, brothers and sisters. Rare? It's not as rare as you think.
So, May the 8th, 2024, and I'm listening within...
This was 2 days ago, brothers and sisters. This is when he made the video.
So, May the 8th, 2024, and I'm listening with interest to the news that Astra...
I cannot say it, so let me not leave it before you to pick it up.
...has withdrawn its due to extremely rare occurrences of blood clots. This is how rare they are. I've seen dozens and dozens of them in my funeral home.
You've seen dozens upon dozens. I've seen dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of research linking these things back to clots, brothers and sisters. Linking these things, and I know a number of persons who took these injections and they are no longer alive today because of the same clots. Brothers and sisters, when will human beings understand? Just because certain people are in certain positions or have certain professions. I will never forget one of my partners. He's a medical doctor. He used to be in Ross. He's a medical doctor, and he giving people injection. And he told me, bro, he called me by my name. He said, bro, don't you ever dare think of taking that stuff. He says not one day used to give them incentives and this kind of things that to give. He say that's what the main hospital wants. He works in a main hospital. That's what they want to push. If people want to come in for it, he's not going to tell them no. He's telling me privately, Mr. Lex, don't you ever take that thing right there. Brothers and sisters, I don't think people understand what was going on, you know. It's not that they did not know these things was going to come out, you know. It's not that they didn't know. What was happening, brothers and sisters, was on basis of time. That is all that was happening, brothers and sisters. As it will come out. Let us unify ourselves to push these things on people. We know it's going to turn around on us. We know. But we need as much time as possible to get this thing inside people. For what reason, brothers and sisters? Well, we know about the 2030 agenda. Of course, if you don't know about it, Skerrit knows about it, you know. He knows about it. Why do you think what is happening in Dominica, brothers and sisters, is happening? You don't think? You don't connecting dots yet, nah? Okay. All right, then. Brothers and sisters, this is very vital right there. This is a small funeral home. And that's what they detect in. Much less for the bigger ones, brothers and sisters. And, of course, they try to keep certain things hush-hush. I will never forget when they were doing the injection stuff, brothers and sisters, and they refused to report. They withheld information from the public. That's if people remember that, boy. They were withholding the information and withholding the data. See, this is control. I was doing that. They were really, they were not taking any statistics on that. Therefore, it skewed the statistics, brothers and sisters. When you look at other countries who were taking the statistics, it proved completely contrary to what was happening in what was being reported in the United States. I warn people about these things. I mean, human simple logic, you know, based off. This is why it's important to understand history. History is repeating itself. The same thing that happened in 1913 has happened again. But a number of persons have no clue what happened in 1913. And they just decide, let us trust these people because they have certain professions and the other ones. Brothers and sisters, sometimes, if you understand certain professions, brothers and sisters, you go to school for something and they have to retrain you. Even though you go to school for it, you might get a degree in school. But when you go to the workplace, they have to retrain you. Not true. They have to retrain you or train you in accordance to what they want you to do. Sometimes what you learn in school has absolutely nothing to do with what they train you to do. Sometimes it's completely contrary. Not true. They are just telling you stuff what you need to do. Sometimes certain people in professions are not doing it because they fully understand, you know, brothers and sisters. They might understand the basic necessities more than normal people would. But when it comes down to the real nitty-gritty of the ground, that is this stuff. They go to books and stuff. Okay, that is what written in the book. That's what we should do. Or when the higher-ups come and say, okay, what is written in the book? New updates are come and they say, okay, new updates. They don't know if it's new updates for themselves or not. Because the higher-ups are saying there's new updates. They accept it. And then they push it on the masses. Just because people are in certain positions mean anything, brothers and sisters. Don't get me wrong, you know. The profession has a weight. No doubt about it. But not everybody in the profession, brothers and sisters, understand the thing. I would never forget when my partner tell me, don't dare take that, but he's giving it to people. He's giving it to people. People were fighting me on Facebook. Fighting me, brothers and sisters. This whole thing was not on the understanding that it would not have come out. They knew it would have come out. It was just time that they needed to get these things inside human bodies as quickly and fast as possible. How on earth? You tell me something so dangerous that can wipe out humanity. They have to give you incentives for you to take it. You have to go and do tests to know if you have it. And I'll, you know, find something fishy in that. Turning billions into trillions. I think the very Fauci himself, what 500 million he got? The very one who pretty much started this whole thing. It's interesting when you look at this, right, though? He was in charge of it. It happened to come out of Wuhan. And the very one that started it was the one who was providing the solution. Human beings. Oh my God in heaven. Yes, but humans all easy now, boy. Well, look, it come out now. Some of you have it in all your bodies. Well, you have it inside your bodies. You don't know what on earth is going to happen. Don't get me wrong, not everybody that take the injection, something is going to happen to them. Different bodies respond differently to different things. This is why you do not give everybody, somebody have this, and you say, okay, that is the solution for that. But you have thousands of people with different body types. You want to give them the same thing to solve the problem, brothers and sisters with different body types? Come on, man. I mean, I don't have to be a scientist to know that, no? You don't have to be a scientist to know that different body types respond differently to different things and cannot use the same remedy to solve the problems. The remedies might be generally the same, but varies. Sometimes you don't even use this. I know individuals who strive on a vegan diet. I know people who will die on a vegan diet. Huh? So you're saying everybody should eat vegan? It sounds nice when you're saying this, brothers and sisters. But I know people that will die on a vegan diet. There are people who live on lion diet, brothers and sisters, who used to suffer as a result of eating vegan themselves or going vegetarian and say, it's better for the human body. Suffering until they change their diet to lion meat, brothers and sisters, meat in itself, and all the problems, all the problems vanished. If you think I lie, check out Dr. Peterson and his daughter, Michaela Peterson. She married, so her last name probably changed to something else. But check them out. They live on diet, on lion diet, brothers and sisters. This is just to go that different people respond differently to different things. Some people respond better when they exercise. Some people respond better when they diet. Some people respond better with a combination of both. This is why it's important to know your blood type and your body type, brothers and sisters. This is why they talk about when you go to the hospital, not everybody that can give, the red thing inside you. Not everybody can give that. Some people can, some people can't. Humans respond differently to different things. They try to remedy the same solution for everybody. Also keep in mind, brothers and sisters, that sometimes the place you got injected, some of it might not have been, especially in the vial. Sometimes when a vial stays there for a while, the sustenance goes down. So when the person probably using the needle to pull out some, so maybe the top of what they pull out, brothers and sisters, was not necessarily full of the saline that would have affected you. And when they put that inside your body, you don't really feel any way about it or whatnot. But you cannot take a chance in that regard. If you do the research on SARS, brothers, if you research on that, you realize that this thing is 80% of it and has the same projection just like everything else from it, brothers and sisters. This is why people talk about a 10-year span when these things just start to turn on you. They did the test with mice, and those kind of things, brothers and sisters. And those who was naturally cured, have to be mindful on YouTube. Those mice that were not naturally cured and those that gave the injections, brothers and sisters, those who gave the injection died. They were both exposed to the same thing. So don't you find it a bit fishy what is going on? But this is when I look at Dominic and I see certain things that are happening, I check in, but why aren't they doing what they need to do? It seems intentional, doesn't it? Now, if that is happening in Little Dominica, brothers and sisters, look global, going global, brothers and sisters. All you have to understand that not every toy. We elect leaders to do the best for us, and we trust the leaders so much that we accept whatever they say without even questioning, brothers and sisters. That's a foolish ideology. This is why I tell you, when you listen to me, don't just take everything I say, but go and do your research. By the way, big up to the individual that met me today. I say, but Mr. Lix, you said Philip Nassif was 89. But he actually was 91 in that regard. You say you don't understand how I did the math. However, I calculated the math on the 2024 being the 100 years. And then I minused it and I got 11. on the 3. So I got 11, brothers and sisters. So I just say 100 minus 11 is 89. When in fact I should not have done that, because the what would have created the 100 years for him would have been 33, not 23. So I was thinking of it from on the 4. Anyways. But yeah, he was definitely right. So big up to individuals who see the little mistakes here and there and say, Mr. Lex, you know, boom, bam, boom, bam. Big up on yourself. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys in that regard right there. So don't just say, oh, Mr. Lex, guys, well, I know for sure what I said. But do your research for yourself, brothers and sisters. Go and find out. Don't just accept because people in positions and you say, oh, they're going to do what's right by us, brothers and sisters. The world is filled with historical evidence of our leaders doing us crazy stuff. I just saw something on the British government when they sent about 20,000 soldiers, brothers and sisters. That was back in the day, and I was listening to the witnesses. The witnesses, the British government dropped a nuclear bomb. They dropped something in the sea. When these individuals were told they were corporal, was it corporal, marshal, court marshal, or whatever, to go on the boat, brothers and sisters, and they wanted to see what the effects of it was on humans. So they dropped it in the sea with these folks on the boats. Experience what it is like. Some of them told me they had their eyes closed or their hands were like this. Not me, nah. But when I watched the videos, they said they had their eyes closed and their hands were over their head, because that's what they told them to do, and bend their heads, brothers and sisters. They said the light was so bright that they could see their bones in their hands through their eyes, brothers and sisters. That's to tell you how bright it was. With their eyes covered and their hands covered over their eyes. The light was so bright, brothers and sisters. Even with their eyes closed and their hands over their head, they could see the bones in their skin. This is what leaders brought their people to do. They were soldiers, 20,000 soldiers. You can Google it. Guys can Google it. Just because we elect leaders, brothers and sisters, doesn't mean that they have their own agenda. Remember, brothers and sisters, I mentioned when the global elites want to do things in people's countries, they don't come to ask the people questions, you know. They go after the leader. One person makes a difference for the entire. This is why it's important to elect leaders that will do right by the people. You understand what I said, guys? It is right. It is important for people to elect leaders that will do right by them. Not try to compare beauty contest. Oh, he have a nicer nose. He have dimples. What foolishness is beauty contest? You playing with your own lives. Boy, all you playing for your own lives out there. When will humans learn, man? When will humans learn? Brothers and sisters, it's important to know for yourself. Do not just because people say at the top, oh, somebody's a doctor. I remember I was talking to this girl. She had a fiance, and her fiance was a doctor. And she said, well, Mr. Lex, I know you know stuff, but my fiance is a doctor. I'd rather listen to my fiance. 2 years later, Mr. Lex, boy, what you say was true. I said, well, when you try to warn people, brothers and sisters, and they don't really see what you say, they just decide, oh, because that person don't listen to them. Go and listen to them. What other choice? Who would you listen to now? Me, look at me. Your fiance is a doctor. No. But who was right though? Who was right? This is why you put journalists in front of people. You find people who do research to boy. Not to say doctors don't research, they do research, brothers and sisters. But they do research on what other people are saying. Brothers and sisters, you have to connect the dots. If somebody's telling you what you take inside your body would then create an immune response that will then protect you. That has been happening for quite some time. I know they come and tell you, if you take it, it'll protect you, but the other person need to take it to protect you and them. That don't make no sense at all. That's how the immune system works. The immune system protects itself. So if they're giving something to protect itself and it doesn't protect you if that person doesn't take it, then that's not something. I was going to say the V word. That is not something that would do what the V word does do. Now today, this is what a number of Dominicans took, you know. That's what a number of Dominicans took. And I know individuals that took this that are no longer alive today. It's one thing when you're talking, one thing when I talking, brothers and sisters, and I know people. Well, brothers and sisters, if you want to get this thing out of your body, we have a solution, okay? There is always a solution to problems. We have one, brothers and sisters. So if you want to know, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll send it to you right there. It's about mistakes on this here, Brbptv. I won't say I told you so, just like this guy was saying in the ending.
I've been shouting about it for years. I won't say I told you so.
But I did. It's about mistakes once again, guys, on this here, Brbptv. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, click the like button, and of course subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations as they tend to come from brothers and sisters. It's about mistakes once again, guys. Be real. Be positive.